Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to pop in today and share with you an update of our homeschool room and how it's looking now that it's not a homeschool room anymore. A few weeks ago, I posted a video that I made last year, which was our homeschool tour and how we stored everything and kept track of everything, and how we did our homeschooling day basically. And now I wanted to kind of close the chapter on that and show you what it looks like now. So without further ado, here's a look at it. I did a short video, a couple of video clips, and then I've also got some before and after photos to show at the end if you're interested. Thanks for joining me on my homeschooling journey. It's by no means over for me. I'm trying not to think of it that way, because even though we will not be homeschooling in the official sense, home education happens anytime parents are engaging with their children and telling them about life, showing them about how to live life, teaching them skills, whether it be how to peel potatoes, to helping them with their homework, to reading the Bible with them for family devotions. All of those things are homeschooling, and every parent can be a homeschooling parent, even if you can't devote your life to it full time. So with that said, here's what it looks like now. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for your encouraging comments as we begin a new chapter. So this used to be an area where we had a very tall bookcase, and I'm going to have some before and after photos in this video to show you. What ended up happening was my husband had a bookcase at his office that you see here, this one here, that is short, because as you can see, this wall here, it's not a whole wall right there, because that's our front door entry. So we couldn't put a really tall bookcase in this spot, and our old one was kind of haggard looking, and it was a lighter color brown, and we were trying to go with a darker color wood in this room now that it was no longer a homeschool room. So he traded out and took the bookcase that was here in this room, actually two bookcases that were in this room, and swapped them for this one that was in his office. And so now we have, it's a very nice bookcase. It's a dark wood. And so I did call through and get some of our books and give them away or sell them. But we do have a lot of our books still, because we love books and we love reading. And just because we will not be officially homeschooling does not mean we will not be reading any longer. Also, I wanted to go with a different color of curtains in this room. I'll try to show you better. The old curtains we had, which you can see in the before photos, were kind of a maroon color, and they extended all the way to the wall that you see right here. It went all the way out to the wall. So we didn't want that look anymore, so we got new curtains. They're just these grommet panel curtains, and they just open like that. The old ones were pinch pleat curtains and had a cord that you pulled to open and close them. We don't have anything on the wall here because we don't really know what to put there. We're thinking about maybe a floor lamp. My daughter sometimes sits there in that corner and does puzzles. So anyway, so this is where our Christmas tree will go in the at Christmas time still, so we're leaving that space open. We got this painting here because we didn't know what to put in this room. We moved our piano in here in this room. This is where our chalkboard used to be, and we had a bookcase right here, and I had a file cabinet here for school, and so we moved all of that out. And as I mentioned, one of those bookcases went to my husband's office. So I wanted to do something to go with the curtains. Since they're a navy blue, we had the burgundy, so now we wanted to kind of change the decor. So I just got this painting here of plants from Kirkland's. It was on sale, I think 50% off. And to coordinate with that, I found a couple of fake plants to go along with it. So I got this little plant at Hobby Lobby, and I got this plant at Hobby Lobby, and this plant holder thing, which had some blue in it to coordinate with the blue there and in the curtains. And try not to go too quickly here. These little paintings here I got at Hobby Lobby that have blue in them to also kind of tie the room together. I'm no designer. I don't know if that looks good or not, but at least there's something on the walls and it's all kind of the same color. This bookcase was just in another spot in this room, so we just moved it over here. This is where the cabinet used to be that we stored all of our homeschool supplies in. And my ironing board has always been there, but it used to be hidden more by the cabinet because it was taller and wider. So now we just get to see the ironing board. I don't know if I'm going to do that, leave that there forever or what, but anyway. Then I just made this little motif. I got this picture at Hobby Lobby, and this is our wedding photo and our cake topper, which I can't seem to part with, even though it's definitely yellowed and aged. It's been almost 20, it's been 22 and a half years, so there you go. But anyway, and that's a picture of my husband and I when we were dating. So that's all kind of its own little thing. Then, now before all of this happened, we needed to get new carpeting, and right about the time we had decided to quit homeschooling, we realized that the carpet we had was so worn and terrible looking that we needed to replace it. So when we decided to replace it, and we realized we could actually afford to replace it, we decided, well, if we're going to turn this room into something different, we need to paint it. So we had the paint that we've painted this room once before, the same color. So he got that out, and we painted this whole room, because it was amazing to me when we took everything off the walls, the chalkboard that was here. We had another desk in this desk we replaced it with another one that we had, a smaller one. And when we took it off, took the desk away, the wall was filthy from people's feet, from the kids sitting there working or watching something on the computer or doing something on the computer. So we had to repaint. There was just no other way to do it. We had to, there was no choice. So we decided to hurry and do that before they came and laid the carpet. Then they laid this beautiful new carpeting for us, and I'm so thankful for it. We desperately needed it. We're trying very hard to take care of it. We don't let anybody walk in shoes on this carpet. We didn't used to care about any of that before, but now we do. We have gotten the little furniture protector things, I don't know if you can see it, to try to save the carpet as best we can. We have this mat here for the chair, which we always had, but we are continuing that. And so yeah, it was a big deal. But as discouraging and depressed as I was about ending homeschooling, I will say that it certainly brightened my spirits to see this room kind of be transformed into something new and kind of a sign of better things to come. Happy times, I hope, will be had in this room again. It won't be homeschooling times, and I certainly have shared my tears, shared with you about my tears over that, but sometimes it's time to close a chapter, and knowing when it's time to close that chapter is very difficult, and it's a very hard decision to make, but it seemed like a pretty obvious decision. As hard as it was, it also seemed very clear that that's what we should do, at least for right now. So anyway, yeah, so this is how the room looks now. It's bittersweet, as I've said. So many, as I stand in here right now videoing, so many memories are flooding my mind. So it's gonna be exciting, but it's definitely gonna be different. One more thing, this is the cabinet that we used to have in the schoolroom. I still have it, I still love it. And what we've done is we've moved it into this sunroom area that we use sort of as a playroom, TV room, that kind of a thing. We have, this is a fold-out couch. It turns into a bed. This is just a little love seat, and that's a new TV stand we got recently. And then that just looks out into our backyard. But since this was sort of an all-purpose room already, we went ahead, we had this perfect spot here. There's the wall, and this goes out into our backyard, this door here. And so we had this perfect spot to put this cabinet. So what we ended up doing was we moved all of our games out here. Now these games used to be in our hall closet up on 2 shelves, and it was very hard to reach. We always had to have a step ladder or a chair to get it. I also store my exercise equipment. That's a kettlebell that I keep out here, and right here I keep my exercise mat and my weights, because when the corona hit, all the gyms closed, and so I use this room to do my workouts on the TV. But then this side is still, it's still school supply, office supply storage. So you can see I have crayons. Those are binder clips there on the right. My laminator I moved out here. I used to have it with my school supplies and my homeschool supplies, but now it's here. Glue, pens, Down here we have colors, construction paper, erasers. Here I have a tote of more school supplies, hanging folders, my laminating pouches, and then down here is a tote of art supplies. So this is sort of an all-purpose cabinet now. It's amazing. When we decided to stop homeschooling and I started purging and cleaning up, it was like moving a whole person out of my home and changing up. I found I had way more room than I ever thought was possible by ending homeschooling, and I just didn't think I'd collected so much stuff over the years, but I had. So yeah, we really enjoy this. The kids can get their games anytime when friends are over, put them away a lot easier than before. Before they had to, like I say, get a chair, and then sometimes they would be stacked up and fall over on them, and then the pieces would go everywhere. So this has been a huge plus for the whole thing. This has been a blessing. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.